Alright, welcome back to Breakfast in Bed 3. This is video number 5. And I know I was like a little frustrated at the end of the last video. I got those issues resolved. I had uploaded a crappy plugin that I had bought and I was trying to test it out. And it was interfering with like the videos and everything. And then for the Keto Cab where my entire menu bar disappeared, that's because my entire menu disappeared. And that was probably my bad. So, you know, when you make mistakes, accept it, figure it out, move on. Okay, so now what we need to do, I forgot to mention this actually. This video is about monetization, okay? But before we get to the monetization, I wanted to show you how to do a favicon. Because as with all things, when you're building a business online, you're going to forget to do things. You're going to have to backtrack, and so I'm showing you an example of that right now. A favicon is the little icon that sticks out right here, okay? I was thinking about using the boot at first, but then I was thinking, black won't pop out nearly as much as this red. You shut up. No, I don't want to renew. Hang on. I just clicked the wrong button because I was trying to interrupted me. No thanks. Alright. Sorry about that. Okay. And so now what we're going to do is we're just going to resize this image so I don't have to go find this again and pick the color and all that stuff. So we're just going to resize, and then I'm going to go, we'll do 250 by 250, or no, we'll go 500 by 500. I think that's the size that they want you to use. 500 by 500, and then we're going to copy and resize. We don't want to get rid of this. So we're going to copy and resize. Now we can X out of here. And then all I'm going to do is delete everything but the icon, make it big, and then make the background transparent, because we don't want a white square showing up in our tabs, right? We just want the image itself with a transparent background. So we're going to get rid of the walk away rich, trash that. We're going to get rid of everything but the money symbol there. The nice red. That'll keep people's attentions and make them, you know, draw their attention back to the tab, like this red button does for YouTube. But this is an even deeper red. We're just going to make it as big as we can, because it'll shrink down once we're inside. Okay, and then make sure that it is centered vertically as well as horizontally. Is that cutting off the roundness of the... No, it's not. Okay, that looks good right there. And now let's just drag it down so it's centered vertically. I think that should do the trick right about there. Yeah, that looks good. And then we're going to download with a transparent background. Download. And then from the home page of your website, you're just going to go to Customize. You're going to go to Header, like Header Options. So right here, Header Options. Open that up. And then go to... No, it's site branding. My bad. My bad. It's site branding. Site identity. Here we go. Site identity. That's what you want. And then scroll on down here. Oh, shit. It says 512 by 512. Hopefully, it'll accept our 500 by 500. Hopefully, it will. And go to Downloads. It's just taking its damn time. Let's try this. To load up. Here we go. And then select. And we're going to hope for the best here. And then look up here. As it's doing its thing. And this should change. Boom. Alright. So that's how you do that. Now we're going to monetize. So make sure that you publish. And you can X out of here. Okay, so we're talking about monetization right now. And the thing is, it's very difficult to monetize in advance. Especially, we're going to be sending like solo ads, traffic, and things like that. Ideally, if you're following along to the T. I mean, you can send any kind of traffic you want to. Nothing here is set in stone, okay? I'm giving you the general guidelines here. But I recommend solo ads because they're fast. They're easy, and if you keep on tweaking and testing, you can eventually get rich with them. My motto is, when you break even, you're rich. I don't break even yet. My opt-in conversions are over 40%, which is great. In some cases, well over 40%, approaching 50%. But, I mean, we'll be talking about that in a future video, obviously. It all ties in together, so I have to mention it now. I really like the way that looks. It looks great. But your blog is a living, breathing entity, okay? Per each video, you'll find a different way to monetize each video. Each post that you do will have different monetization. This guy might have a product with an affiliate program, and you want to promote that under his video. And so, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a one-size-fits-all thing. Where it is one-size-fits-all is when it comes to, like, your sidebar. And even then, I mean, you could get plugins. We're not going to do this, but I'm just telling you. You could get plugins so that your sidebar even changes depending on what post they're reading. So if they're reading or watching a video about surveys, then you could have survey advertisements on your sidebar. So it's highly targeted, right? So that can be done. Also, we can do AdSense, we can do info links, we can do what's it called? Contera. There's all different kinds of I think that's what it's called. But anyway, there's all freaking different kinds of monetization we can do, but we're not going to do it in advance. You see what I'm saying? We need to get content on our site first before we can even be approved. And then there are like milestones you can reach. So if your blog is getting X amount of traffic, like 30,000 page views a month, then you can apply for ad networks that pay you even more. Okay? Because they're more elite and they want you to be a proven entity before you can participate in their program. Things of that nature. Also, like I said, we're going to be testing. And so if you've got, say, this banner right here, this perpetual income 365, and we've driven 100,000 visitors to our blog and haven't made a single sale of this, then it might be time to swap it out with something else. Okay? So monetization is always going to be a living, breathing entity. Another example, another eventuality, I should say, will be a new product hits the market. That new product is badass. You believe in it wholeheartedly. And so you want to advertise that on your blog. Maybe you create a product in the future and you want to advertise the heck out of that on your blog. Okay? So there's monetization is a never-ending thing. So don't think that you just set it and forget it when it comes to monetization. And nor should you. Nor should you. You don't want to be promoting outdated stuff. Now, that is more niche specific. We're talking about the make money online niche here. When we're talking about something like the ketogenic diet niche, then that's a little bit more of a static situation. Okay? The products that are selling now in the ketogenic diet niche are probably still going to be selling 5-10 years from now. If they're not, we can go in and adjust accordingly. But like in the internet marketing niche, where new products are hitting the market on an hourly basis, there's a little bit more need for intervention on your part if you want to optimize and make sure that you're at least breaking even on your ad spend. And when I say breaking even, I mean at the early stages, right? Like maybe thank you page and welcome email. Again, we're going to be talking about this momentarily in a future video, which is right around the corner. But I'm just letting you know right now that that we want to be breaking even early on, so that all of our follow-up emails that keep sending people back to our blog just give us pure profit. Okay? Because my motto again is, once you break even, you are rich. Okay? If you can break even right at the thank you page and welcome email level, right? Like, so as soon as you get these people on your list, your ad spend has been covered because your conversions are that high, the offers are that enticing, things of that nature, and it's consistent and reliable, then you're rich. Because then, I mean, you're recouping your ad costs. You're in profit. Now you can just keep on throwing more and more and more money at advertising, and you just keep making more and more and more profits, and you just scale infinitely. I mean, until you've reached the entire human population, right? On paper. But you know what I mean. We're going to keep it realistic, obviously. But I mean, that's what a lot of these gurus who are making 6 and even 7 figures a month, that's what a lot of these guys are doing. They're just building massive email lists because they figured out how to test and tweak their way to that level of income, to where they're breaking even on their advertising. And when you're breaking even on your advertising, again, we're talking about at the early stages, then all of your email marketing and all of your blogging, for that matter, just yield you pure, quick profit. Okay? And you have an asset, your email list, that you control. And then you have another asset, your blog, which eventually is going to get you traffic on its own. But right now, it serves as a way to warm up your list. Okay? Especially if you're getting cold traffic, you want to warm up your list. That's why we're doing the blog thing. Okay? And so, by the way, is this a nice looking blog yet or what? I think it's gorgeous. I think it looks a little nicer than KetoCab, and KetoCab's pretty good. This is pretty good. I think that these banners are a little bit too small, but that's another thing about monetization is you test it, you replace it. It doesn't always have to be pretty for it to be profitable. All right. Now, if you want some pride of ownership, this reminds me of like the Hart Foundation, like Bret the Hitman Hart from WWE/WWF back in the day. Now that I think about it, anyway, just a little side note there. So always be on the lookout for new things that you can promote. That maybe there's a ketogenic diet affiliate program out there that's not on ClickBank, right? That has these exact same colors in their advertising, and we could pop that in and make it look seamless and gorgeous, right? And so, again, just test. The main point I'm trying to make here is that this is a living, breathing entity, and that in the future, and hopefully in the near future, we're going to have AdSense on our blog. That's the reason I wanted you to start with 30 posts, by the way. That's why we're not pussyfooting around here at the beginning. We're not doing one post at a time and doing one post a week and all of that. We want to knock this content out because we want to be making money sooner than later. Matter of fact, I just bought a 2,000 click solo ad and we're like 150 clicks in. I would like to start sending them to Walk Away Rich. This is a new site. I'd like to start sending them here, and I'd like it to be monetized with AdSense when I do. Now, he's sending me about 200 clicks a day, and so my aspiration is to have this done, like have at least 10 posts published with content on them within the next 2 days. By the way, I'll show you real quick that I am doing what I'm telling you to do, okay? I'm taking action here just like I expect you to take action. So we'll go into the dashboard of each of these. And this has taken me a little longer than expected. It's taken me 2 days, and that's because for a while I got the case of the lazies, right? I just didn't feel like working for a little while, so I watched some videos. I did some other marketing. I screwed around. I think I went shopping. I took my kid out. All that kind of stuff. And even when I wasn't in the mood, I'd be like, oh man, I still have to do 26 more videos. I'd knock out 2. And then I'd have 24 videos to do. And then I'd go screw around for a little while, come back, knock out 3 videos. Now I got 21 videos to do, etc., until I was down to 0. And the more of them you do, we'll go to posts here. The more of them you do, the closer you get to that 30, I find the harder you start working. Because you're like, okay, this is home stretch, baby. We're gonna knock this out. I'm gonna have them. So here we go, 30 and 30. And so that's what I wanted to say about monetization. But here I'm just proving that I have in fact done 30. Some of them I published. I probably shouldn't have. I would just keep them. You'll probably be better organized if you keep them as drafts and then publish them as you get the content done and add categories and all that stuff, which is something we're going to be talking about I think in video. I can just look, so I'm not guessing. Here's a word about monetization here. This is the skeleton. I already laid everything out. I laid the steps out in advance. If you're ever creating a product, make sure you do that. Lay out your outline. So we're going to be doing that in video 10. Okay, is when we're actually going to be I call it taking notes, but it's actually creating short little blog posts, okay? Which should be sufficient for Google to approve us for AdSense at a minimum, all right? And then once we're approved for AdSense, that makes our marketing a lot easier, okay? Especially if we're buying solo ads, because it's like I always tell my list, solo ads may not always convert into sales immediately, but they're sure as hell willing to click on an ad, okay? And so, and that'll make you money. That's a low barrier to entry. That's even easier than CPA, right? And so it may not make you rich, but it may make you, it may help you break even. Of course, everything helps you to break even, and that's our goal. Because what's the motto? Once you break even, you're rich. Okay? So, that's it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.